Video games are a big business, as stable as film or TV, but that wasn't always the case. Today on Pop Culture Rewind, we're taking a look at the video game crash of 1983, what it was, and what caused it. The year, 1977, and the Atari 2600 hit shelves across America. Over the next few years, the console boom explodes, dominating ad space, store shelves, and the place under hundreds of thousands of Christmas trees every year. However, by September of 1983, the gravy train had run out of tracks, and the home console market was being written off as a dead fad. So, what happened? Three things: third-party developers, brand deals, and market saturation. The undeniable leader of the console market was Atari, with the Atari 2600 video game console, and at first, all games were made in-house at Atari. However, Atari had a practice of not allowing game creators to be credited for their work. They treated them less like the director of a movie and more like the designer of a toy. In 1979, this changed. A group of game designers from Atari left to form their own company, Activision. They didn't make their own console. Instead, they made games for Atari's cartridge. A national court case upheld this as legal, and the floodgates were open to third-party development. Brand deals also exploded. Atari was dropping millions upon millions of dollars to get the rights to popular movies, TV, and arcade machine adaptations. The games produced were rushed, low quality, and sold on hype, on a bubble of fascination, a bubble primed to pop. The last factor actually just exists to make the first two worse: saturation. Atari may have been on top, but they were far from alone in the console game. Dozens of other consoles cropped up, trying to get a piece of the pie. By 1982, everything was primed. Bad games, overpriced knockoffs, a growing home computer market, a crash waiting to happen, held back by a quickly thinning veneer of customer trust. That powder keg would be lit on Christmas of 1982. E.T. for the Atari 2600. It was everything wrong with the industry. Atari spent millions getting the adaptation rights. It was made in only a couple months to make the Christmas sale, and Atari produced over 1 million cartridges. For Christmas, less than 100,000 sold, and tens of thousands were returned just weeks later. The bubble had popped, the public had wised up, and all the magazine headlines declared, "The American video game console fad is dead." It was 2 years later that the market revived with the foreign influence of Nintendo. How they single-handedly saved the market in North America is a story for another time. For now, though, this has been Pop Culture Rewind. Today we talked about the '83 video game crash, and you all stay beautiful.